Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Where that's not the character we were playing. We're with Bernardo, weren't we? Yes, here we are in the Strident Coast region of Cyrodiil, outside of Anvil, because in Project Cyrodiil we got around to exploring the countryside a bit, which we're going to continue doing today, I think. Warning in advance, I am still... I've got a lingering case of man flu that refuses to go away at the moment, so I'm very sniffly at the moment. As you may be able to tell by the sound of my voice, I don't know, so I apologise in advance for the sniffing and stuff, and coughing and sneezing and whatever that may ensue over the course of this stream. I'm so deeply sorry. I know it can be quite off-putting, but, yeah. Anyway, here we are. I think we were just at this lighthouse, weren't we? We were just investigating this. We spent the night out here. We're well fed, hydrated, and rested. We're not super well rested, though. A quick recap of our spells and stuff. Very good. Oh yeah, look at these very expensive scrolls we liberated from an Iliad ruin. Our brigand's coif we got from the wrestling mat. It's not wrestling. It's the arena in Anvil, but it's kind of like wrestling, and it's funny. Cooking knife, ball, mozzarella, which I've been informed has 2 Z's. Is that correct? I think it must be. Did you get the map working? What do you mean by the map? How did you get the map working? I'm pretty sure this is just Morrowind code patch. It's an option these days in the code patch. You don't need OpenMW to get a complete world map anymore. I'm pretty sure this is just a Morrowind code patch option now. It is easy. It is, isn't it? Every now and again, my spelling isn't perfect. Every now and again, some random word like that trips me up. For this entire time, Mozzarella's name was spelled wrong. Oops. Anyway, let's check our journal. We delivered the scrolls for the Mages Guild, so we should probably get back to the Mages Guild in Anvil and tell them we've done that at some point. But the reason we're out here in the middle of nowhere is because we were looking for a bear. Pelagris at the Fighters Guild has informed us that a vicious Colovian bear is terrorizing one of the roads leading out of Anvil. I'm to kill the beast. I still haven't managed to bloody find the thing. Last spotted along the Gold Road north of the city. So go by that road until the second bridge. And see, I'm not convinced we found the North Road. Although we've explored a fair chunk of land north of the city, and still haven't managed to find this bear. So yeah, I don't know. Hello, I haven't seen one of you before. Oh, it's pissed off. A strident runner. Getting a little bit of gothic in my Elder Scrolls right now. Being attacked by large bipedal birds. Bipedal flightless birds. Someone's going to biff me overhead in a minute and tell me welcome to the colony. Right, here's the entrance to that barrow we found. Imagine if Gothic got modded like Morrowind. Problem is, most games are just not as moddable as Morrowind is. It's something I'm keen to remind people when they start clamoring for the Elder Scrolls to start using a new engine. Because the Bethesda games are like old and janky and looking aged and stuff like that. And like, yeah, I know Bethesda games are a little bit archaic and janky, but you know why they're archaic and janky? It's because they're so damn moddable. I feel like you can't have both, folks. You can have something that's really lovely and polished, like Baldur's Gate 3 or The Witcher 3, or you can have something that's moddable as fuck, which is jank and strange, like Skyrim or Starfield. or Fallout 4. I don't think, if I'm honest, you can have both. Turns out the creation engine has its name for a reason. Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. I'm really wishing we took a... Oh, well, no, we do have restoration as one of our skills, so why don't I have any decent restoration spells? I have Restore Health Weak, and that's it. That's a gap in our arsenal we need to fill. I'd like to get a nice Restore Stamina spell. Oh, you're off onto a bus now, HG. HJ, well, safe travels, my friend. Never visit a temple. Yeah, I mean, we should probably go back to the Temple of Dibella in Anvil at some point and try and find some of the some nice healing magics. The answer to that is Rebirth. No, I have another character with using Rebirth with the same installation who's got access to those spells. I just never bothered to pick them up. Arena Cross, Such, Kvatch, Thresby. Well, still no sign of this bear. Hello, Wolverine. Boglinoid. Thank you very much for 4 months of subbage. Welcome back. Another Ayleid ruin over here. And some non-Ayleid ruins as well to boot. Oh well, I'm not in much of a rush to find this bear, so I'm just going to keep wandering about. To be fair, though, right, like, Gothic... Admittedly, Gothic's modding community is not as gigantic as the Elder Scrolls, because it probably just is not as easy to mod. Having said that, somebody... You know, those guys did make an entire, like, additional Gothic game. They made that prequel or whatever it was to Gothic 2. I forget what it was called. Any Polish folks in the chat will know the answer, I'm sure, immediately, but, you know... There certainly is a Gothic modding community out there. Arkelos, that was it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Arkelos is a thing that exists and is pretty darn good from what I've been told. It's a prequel to 1, technically. Oh, I see. Oh, it's another one of these weird wombat things. Pets for mozzarella. Muskrat. What an unfortunate name. I'll have this Nern route as well. I'm at it as well, I think. I need to get my hands on some other... I've updated a few things. I updated... I almost completely forgot to mention this, actually, because I did it a while ago. Like, right after the last stream. But I updated most of Merlod's mods, you know, like Ashfall, Joy of Painting, etc., etc. Oh, we're hot, are we? Let's ditch the robe then. Oh, yeah, we are quite warm. Huh. So Joy of Painting I have a new version of. And I'll show you the differences with it in a moment, I think. Come on. Oh, just let me stand on the rock, please. Morrowind, why you have to be like this? No wonder levitation is a thing in this game. There we go, finally. Anyway, one of the things that got added, I think, in the latest version of Ashfall is additional containers. So for those of you who've played like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 back in the day with mods that added like things like scroll containers and stuff, although I'm pretty sure that might have been a thing just in vanilla Baldur's Gate 2. Now I mention it. But anyway, you know how we've got the backpack? Well, We can now get scroll cases and a notebook for putting non-magical scrolls in, and an ingredients pouch for our alchemical ingredients. So yeah. All of which, when you put the items in it, reduce their weight a little bit. So those are also things that I think we should acquire at our earliest opportunity. Not that we have any carry weight issues right now, mostly because I cheated, but hey. Now then, where is the paper? There we go. Draw. So let's go with a pencil drawing. Behold, it looks a bit different now. There's some wibbly wobbliness because of our skill level. Yeah. It looks a bit different. You've got this sort of scratchy or border around the edge now, which you can turn off if you want to, but it's a bit like the watercolors used to have. You can turn up the saturation now as well. This is actually quite a nice little landscape here. This right here, that's pretty good. I like that. No, I think we definitely want some sky. Yep, I like that. Brennan Bluffs region. Awesome. I've also had another excellent idea, which Merlord himself actually gave me. Him. Her, them. I don't actually have a clue now I think about it. But for the sketchbook cover page, Merlord did suggest, how about you actually draw the sketchbook cover? That'd be a grand idea. And yep, you're absolutely right. That does actually make sense for the cover page, instead of the blank piece of paper we've got now. So there you go. Genius, I know, right? Felt pretty stupid for not thinking of that myself, I must admit. So we'll remove the old sketchbook cover. There we go. And now, yeah, we've got a proper sketchbook cover. So that, for reference, is what the old color pencil drawings looked like, if I recall. Yeah, they look like this. Not bad, certainly. That one in particular is quite nice. But this is kind of what the new ones look like, and they're rather nice. I like them. I'm pretty sure some of the other ones look a bit different as well these days, in addition. So, I mean, if we... I'm just going to leave that on the floor. If we... Let's grab a bit of parchment. Try a different one. I'm trying to think. Watercolors might look a bit different now. Yes, they do. As you can see, this is quite dramatically different, actually. How watercolors used to be. We can still change the hue if we want to. So you've got the fog. Quite like that, I think. So that's if you compare that with our old watercolors, which looked like this, we don't have a lot of them really, admittedly, because they were so basic. And yeah, see, there's another one. There's another one. The old watercolors were like, yeah, they were not. They were very, very abstract. This is less so. I'm trying to remember if any of the others look different now as well. Ink sketch, I think, is probably more or less the same. Charcoal drawings, they have a bit of a border to them now, a bit like the colored pencils do. You can turn it off if you want to, and just have it like it used to be like that, but there you go, see. Doodly-doo. So yeah. More further improvements to Joy of Painting. Just keeps getting better and better and better, essentially, and I'm loving it, so. Good stuff. What is this? It's a bear. Is this the bear we've been looking for? That is the question. Tempted to draw the bear, honestly. Since it's not hostile right now. Ink sketch? Uh-oh. Okay, now that would stretch the borders of believability a bit much for me if I were able to draw the bear in mid-charge. I think not. Yep, it hits like a truck. Mozzarella's now level 5. Hooray. Oh, Christ. Need some healing. I'm not sure if I've got any, though. Restore health standard. There we go. Worthy foe, you. Diseased Colovian bear. I think that was probably you, wasn't it? I haven't hotkeyed my knife, have I? Well. Bear pelt acquired. Bet it's worth like almost nothing. 25 gold and waste. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Alright, I don't know if that was the bear, but that was a bear. We have a skeleton. Oh, we have multiple skeletons actually. Pencil drawing. Charcoal, perhaps? That looks like a legit charcoal drawing. That's quite impressive, actually. No subjects found? Poor skeleton's name was no subject. Bear victim skeleton. Painting increased to 35. Hurrah! I went through a period when I was at college doing my fine art diploma where for a little while charcoal was definitely my preferred medium of choice. Extremely bloody messy, but it was quite fun. This bit of ground here almost looks like there's been a forest fire. These dead trees and all this blackened ground. Dryad saddle, polypore. Restore luck. It's an unusual ingredient. I see that right there with the trees framing the ruined fort in the background. That's just, we can't pass that up. That's too good. It's got to be another charcoal one, I think. Oh, I see the problem. Zoom was set way too high. Wondered what was going on there. Oh, that's good. That's really quite good. Let's get the composition bang on if we can. Just right like that, yeah. That's pretty excellent, must say. We got to get our hands on more parchment and paper. We're running out. We've only got 4 left in total. 4 more drawings. We're going pretty crazy on this trip out into the countryside. Look at all this. No journal update for the bear. Doesn't mean it wasn't the right one, though. Oh, hello. What is this? A town. Oh no, kitty. No, it's not a kitty, it's a dog. Doge. Silly doggy. Why you do this? It's actually a wolf, not a doggy. Oh, Christ. Save me, mozzarella. Oh, I'm dead. I couldn't move. I think I might have been burdened or something. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I was stuck on the guar, but... Oops. Yellow well, was it the disease? Did it drain my strength and make me stuck or something? I don't know. Annoying. I do have a horrible feeling that... Okay, no, we're good. Phew. Phew. Did I do the drawing before I saved? I did. Okay, good. That's not lost then. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? They're still hot as well, which is not great, but I don't want to remove any of my armor, if I'm honest with you. So I could take the shirt off underneath the armor. That would help a bit. Yeah, there we go. We're just warm now. Remove one of our layers. Alright, you piece of shit. You know who we've not used in a while? Skeleton! Come on, Bernardo. Come on, dude. You've got like full fatigue. How are you failing this? Well done, Mozzarella. I think you got the killing blow there, didn't you? Come, Mozzarella. Oh, your health is not good. Let's feed you. Have some salt rice. There you go. Civilization. Yes. Hello. Guard of the Kingdom of Such. Is this Such, then?
I'm listening.
Oh, no. No, this isn't Such, I don't think. Salthearth. 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 I think I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Salthearth. Chicken! Hello, Fletrix. Caught my stream finally. Well, congratulations. What's this building? Farmhands Lodge. Yeah, it just seems to be some sort of estate, doesn't it? Not clear how much of a fun killer Rebirth wants to be. Yeah, I think there are some additional limitations on spell creation in Rebirth. It's been a while since I've messed around with it though, so I can't remember exactly what some of them are. The weird stripy horses. The more I look at that, the more I feel like that's a Mountain Blade horse. The model, it just looks very Mountain Blade-ish. Like Warband specifically, I'm talking about, not Bannerlord. I've been playing a lot of Warband lately. Not only the Iliac Bay mod I showcased on the channel, but also I've been playing the Roman mod. Because you know I'm a big Romaboo. And the Lord of the Rings mod as well. And obviously Pendor, and I'm telling you that really does look like a warband horse. The mesh, the model, that is, not the textures. It's an extinct horse IRL. Those ones, the stripy with the stripy legs. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, it didn't look made up. It I was looking at it and I was thinking, I feel like I've seen pictures of horses like that before in real life. It had, or maybe even I've seen a taxidermied one, or like a fake one at like the Natural History Museum or something. Something about it was ringing a bell in my head. Planning to continue your Father Skyrim playthrough. I am going to do a chapter 2 of that at some point. Unfortunately, though, my time is extremely limited at the moment because of work and exams and tests and learning to drive, and yeah, it's all like I'm doing my best at the minute, just trying to get 1 to 2 streams done each week, as well as find the time for everything else, including writing a book, which I'm working on at the moment. So, and finding a bit of time to be ill as well, as you can tell by my sniffling. I desperately want to get back to making some of the video series. I want to finally finish Rome 2. I want to make chapter 2 of the Fathers Skyrim story. I want to, at some point, maybe even get back to Jazeera and Oblivion. I want to do a Dwarf Fortress series. I want to do a Crusader Kings 3 series with the Crusader Wars mod for real-time battles. There's so many things I want to do, and yet I just don't seem to find the time for. So, yeah. Now, what was I looking for? There we go. I'm thinking pencil drawing. Yeah. And some of the details are a bit fudged, but never mind. This just looks very picturesque, you know? With the chickens and the... yeah. Get a bit more of that transparency in there. I wonder if we'll get more detail as our skill improves, but yeah, Salt Hearth. Add it to the collection. How I became a YouTuber and why I recommend you don't. That would be a really good book title, wouldn't it, actually? Obligatory Neverwinter Nights Horde of the Underdark mentioned to reset the counter. I fucking know, dude. I have on my hard drive a intro for Neverwinter Nights Darkness over Daggerford. Recorded. I made it years ago at this point. It's there. Like the continuation of Vera and Colin's story in Darkness over Daggerford. I recorded a whole intro for it. Edited it, finished it, rendered it, exported it. Ready to be added on to the first episode of that series when I got around to doing it. And then life just sort of happened, and I never got around to recording it. And ever since then, I've still had this series intro sat on my hard drive for eventually one day, hopefully, when I do actually get around to playing Darkness over Daggerford. That's a family crypt. Interesting, with an actual guard. And a lock, level 100. Holy crap. Really don't want anyone getting in there, do they? Yeah, there's so many video series I'd love to do that may never happen on, unfortunately. The way things are going. Noisy birds. Well, I think we should probably head back to Anvil. So we can turn in these quests. Oh yeah, the Red Dwarf Enterprise crossover. Yeah, I remember that video. That was quite funny. Yeah, when I'm an old retired man, Heartless Sage, that's when I'll get back into all of this big time. Like I'll ever retire. Well, actually, to be fair, well, I might be able to, but a lot of people probably won't. If you head towards the Imperial City far enough, the map just ends. Classic, and you just get the endless void. The endless void ocean. You'll just fall off the edge of the map. Michael Kirkbride was wrong about everything, by the way. Nirn is in fact flat. I reject the round Nirn theory in favor of the flat Nirn theory. All the evidence we have in game points to Nirn being flat. There's quite an amazing view out there across the... I'm not going to stop and draw this one, because we've got enough already as it is. And unfortunately, until I think I get around to doing oil painting, we don't really have a painting medium, I think, that really captures sunsets very well. Unfortunately. But it does look marvellous, doesn't it? How many elephants are holding Nirn up? Bounced on the back of a giant mud crab. It's 4 very large Guar on the back of a giant mud crab. I do like that the Doomstone glows after dark. That's neat. Silt Striders. Yeah, to be fair, actually, that's even better. 4 Silt Striders on the back of a mud crab. It's mud crabs all the way down. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This really does look good. It's just the seeing the castle in the distance there, but actually that's quite... Everywhere I look, it's like good painting material. Do watercolors do sunsets very well? I mean, yes and no. They get the orange looks lovely, but no, I'm not sold. I'm not sold. To be fair, actually, the sun's gone behind that hill now, so. Rincewind would love Cyrodiil. How's the starry night sky look on that? We'll have to find out, won't we? I've done a nice starry night sky drawing using the ink sketching before. Yeah, there we go. That, which I thought was quite good. Hello, Lieutenant General Store. Sorry, Lieutenant General Store. You are from the other side of the pond. I like this reedy river with the palm trees and stuff. It's sort of it causes music from the Pharaoh soundtrack to start playing in my head. You know, the little drums. Do 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 do. Anyone who's played Pharaoh, the city builder, that is, from back in the day, will know what I mean. I've had the soundtrack for that game in my head recently because when I played the Fallen Eagles mod for CK3 recently, I noticed that they added some of the Pharaoh soundtrack to that mod, and I've been just digging it. One of my favourite soundtracks of all time, that game. Don't you speak British to me? Sky. It's quite beautiful. Ooh, with the moons as well. Let's have a look. Let's give this a try. Watercolor. Ooh. You can't, it doesn't really do the stars terribly well because it sort of loses that. But then again, maybe if I play around with the sliders a bit, we can. Yeah. I've been kicked out of my home and through no fault of my own. Yeah, every time a character becomes landless. Oh, return to the scene of our crime, I see. You murdered that poor merchant. Behold Anvil! Oh yeah, the night sky's looking really, really swish now, isn't it? My goodness. This is like proper oil painting territory, isn't it? Let's eat some bread. And have a drink. Let's see. I feel like an ink sketch is still our best bet, but let's watercolor painting. Now, this still doesn't feel like the right medium for night skies. I feel like oil is possibly still the best. I've not tried oil, though, yet, because we need a canvas for that. Ink. Yeah, ink looks pretty good still for doing the night sky, admittedly. You know, that's not bad. Hello, mozzarella. I've been thinking of getting into Elder Scrolls Online, actually, by the way. If only I could just zoom it out a little bit more so we can get the city in the bottom and then that nice constellation up on the top right without it looking a little bit too cut off. I suppose maybe that'll have to do. I like to have to crank up the brightness just enough so we've got a little bit of cross-hatching, because I quite like that. And then ruin it! There we go. Still not a patch on the real thing though, is it? I mean, look at that. Wow. Oh my god, I can just click on directly on the sketchbook, and I don't have to open up the sketchbook. And oh. Problem is, if you do that, it adds it to the back, like it should be, and I've been doing it backwards this whole time, hence the need for the sketchbook cover. But yeah, there you go. For future reference, everybody. It looks like that might have been as a result of the newest version of Joy of Painting. Looks like these days you can just drag and click the sketch straight onto the sketchbook to save an awful lot of time. But because of the backwards ass way that I've been doing it, I'm going to have to do it manually like this. How is this mod? Which mod? You're gonna have do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Yeah, which mod? Lieutenant General Store. Which mod are you talking about? I think Merlod got annoyed at your way of doing it and patched this in. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot about the way I play his mods that infuriates him. Oh, hello, Mozzarella. What's happened to you? He fell through the geometry there and died. Almost died, rather. I've had my Packguars actually fall through the levels and die before in this game. Unfortunately, I had it happen with that Adalmus Thea once with another character I've been playing off screen. ESO kind of feels better to play as a casual drop-in single-player game. Well, yeah, I mean, MMOs for me are pretty much either that or for online role-playing with people. And that's the only way I've ever really played MMOs, to be honest. Occasionally a little bit of co-op with a friend, but mostly that's how I play MMOs. All the years I put into Lord of the Rings Online, I never got to the end game. Never got to the end game. I think I maybe did 3 whole dungeons in the entire time I played it. It was 99% me doing solo questing and group roleplay stuff. And I'd like to give ESO a try, basically, because I've seen some videos of ESO these days, and it looks like it has a lot of fun story content in it and stuff. And it would be nice to sort of dive into that, because I know that ESO really sort of does interesting things with the background lore of the setting that the main games arguably don't. I was watching a video of the Clockwork City content in ESO, and it honestly looks really awesome. So. But what I might end up doing is I might stream ESO. I don't know if it's going to be a good idea or not, streaming a multiplayer game. But, I might do it. Just to be able to justify the use of the time is the thing, because as I've just been telling you all, my time is a bit limited at the moment, and it's really hard to justify spending some of my limited free time on an MMO at the moment. So... But if I'm streaming it, it's not as bad, maybe, is what I'm thinking. I can't find my way back to the Mages Guild or Fighters Guild right now. I'm so lost. I think we went straight past the Fighters Guild because it's right by the city gates. Took an amazing wrong turn here. Yeah, Mages Guild's over there. Fighters Guild's here. I don't know what I was doing. I was distracted. Excuse me. To be fair, I had fun with ESO when I originally played, the open beta they did of it before it came out properly. I did have a giggle with it, I must admit. So I wouldn't mind giving it another bash. No one in these streams is the kind of weirdo who'd stalk Dave in ESO, right? Yeah, see, that's kind of my concern, right? That's why I've never streamed or done anything with Lord of the Rings Online over the years. I was pretty, determined not to let that and Twitch mix. Oh, you're kidding me. It wasn't the right bear. Well, I figured that might be the case. We've come back for the Mages Guild as well, though, so... Although I think right now we need to rest. I figured it must be the right bear, because it was, set up properly and everything, you know? It had, the skeletons lying around. It kind of felt like, this is probably the bear. But I guess not. Right. You killed a diseased bear and not a vicious one. Ah, well. How foolish of me. Do I have any food that needs cooking? Not pressingly, no. How much food do I have? Having said that. Got any food in the backpack? No, just firewood. I wonder if I've got any food on mozzarella. Do we need to go shopping for food? I'm looking at my inventory right now and I'm not seeing a ton of it. We've got this loaf of bread. There's burnt hound meat. Some salmon meat that's raw. Okay, hold the phone. There's a fire here we can use. Can I really cook the rice like this? I guess I can. Do you want some really, really, really dry burnt rice, everybody? Because here it comes. We should do a bit of fishing. We've not done that in a while. And for some reason, the jerky needs to be cooked as well. I'm not sure that's how jerky works, but alright, fine. See you, Fletrix. To be fair, I do want to get back into Lord of the Rings Online again as well. Like I mentioned earlier on the pre-stream bit, I did watch that Remarkable Life of Iblin documentary on Netflix, and it did make me miss my my Lord of the Rings role-playing days. Not to mention I've been consuming a lot of Lord of the Rings related stuff recently. Lord of the Rings mods. I got the books out again. I dug out the Silmarillion, my illustrated edition of it. Just getting to that time of year again. I think inevitably I'm going to have to sit down and watch the movies again. I burned the rice. God damn it. What a noob. Oopsie daisy. I didn't... Oh, these are not quite cooked. What am I doing? Put them back! They don't all cook at the same speed. The Corinthian jerky's nearly done, though. I remember Guild Wars 2. Still got my Guild Wars 2 strategy guide up on the shelf there, in fact. You're anti-stalker. No, I'm good. I don't. If I get back into Lord of the Rings Online, I don't. It won't be streamed. I think I'm gonna maybe make an exception for ESO, but I like my Lotro stuff to remain just for me, a little treat just for me that you guys don't get to muscle in on. Sorry, but not sorry. Cooked jerky, I know, Deacon, I know. For some reason, the jerky's considered raw food. But never mind. How are you, a little? I think Mozzarella's probably a little bit starved and also attention starved.
What's this about?
No, there's a part of me that misses World of Warcraft as well, to be fair. I'd love to do a bit of classic WoW as well, because the thing is, I get very attached to the worlds in these games. Much more so than the actual gameplay. Oh, Mozzarella, what are you doing? Come on, get out of the water, or you drown. Never been a fan of MMOs. They're naturally shallow form of gameplay because they have to be. Well, you see, that's the thing. Like, you have to embrace the multiplayer aspect of it at some point to actually get your time's or money's worth out of it. Wait here, you. Yeah, it's more about the social aspects of the gameplay, as Callie points out. Admittedly, I enjoy doing the world exploration-y stuff as well in most of them. But, and some of them occasionally do have pretty good stories. I know Final Fantasy XIV is the big one when it comes to story, if that's your thing. But, yeah, it's really about the social thing. I mean, the reason I stuck around playing Lord of the Rings Online for so long was because I was part of, like, a role-playing group on there. Alright. Bit of fishing. Mining, dodging mob aggro, and smithing. Don't forget decorating your player home as well. I have a friend who played Lotro to become the ultimate farmer. I did that as well. I made a hobbit character whose only goal in life pretty much was just the farming. You caught a goby. Release it. We literally have bigger fish to fry. I'd like another salmon. It's another bloody slaughterfish, isn't it? Ugh. I figured out how this tension minigame is supposed to work now, by the way. The closer to the right-hand side of the scale the little fish icon is, the faster the fish's stamina gets drained. Because I wondered why, like, it seemed quite easy to keep it on the scale. Keeping it on the scale is not the difficult bit, actually. Keeping it as close to the end of the scale as long as you can is the tricky bit. Aralith! I remember Aralith. My brother was super into Aralith, actually, more so than me, but I also remember it, yeah. Yeah, Neverwinter Nights had a whole online role-playing thing going on as well. It wasn't technically an MMO, but, like, it certainly got treated like one in some ways. You have to find a nice group again. It does help. I mean, in Lotro particularly, I know a lot of the roleplay on Lotro is very group-based. Like, you really have to join a guild. Or a kinship, as it's called in that game, to get to the really good role-playing stuff. I've heard in World of Warcraft, it's a lot more open than that. People do a lot more freeform and sort of world roleplay in that game. I have no idea what it's like in Elder Scrolls Online. Haven't the bloody clue. If there even is any. I'd be shocked if there wasn't, though. Lotro roleplaying was scary, though, honestly. Especially anytime you encountered some elves, because elf roleplayers, like, super know their Tolkien lore. Like, a scary amount about it. Like, can actually speak Elvish levels of knowing Tolkien lore. I always preferred to play as a clueless little dwarf or hobbit. Sculpin. Oh, you know what? I'm going to sort of take it and cook the bloody thing, I suppose. We need food, don't we? Use the sculpin as bait. What lure am I currently using, actually? Oh, am I using a bug shell spinner? No wonder I'm catching the small stuff. Yeah, one moment. For some reason, I thought I already had a bait fish attached. My bad. Now we're cooking with lighter fluid. Oh my god, what have I hooked? Oh, it's just a slaughterfish. For God's sake, I thought I saw a big I saw a large silhouette and I got really excited for a second. It's just a fucking slaughterfish. Still, good eats. Anyone play Amazon Trail 2 back in the day? Anyone remember the harpoon fishing minigame in that? Fond memories. Big hecking slaughterfish though. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? There's another one. Ah, it got away. I was trying to keep it at the lower end of the scale there so I could regain my fatigue a little bit, because as one of you noted in the chat, my fatigue was getting quite low. But alas, it got away. Never mind. Let's see. What have we caught? And slaughterfish. And that really is it, honestly. I mean, I've got a sculpin as well. But you're getting harvested. Did I get much meat off that in the end? No, just one bit of... Ugh. Not a very successful fishing expedition, that one, I've got to say. Oh well. Yeah, I know, right? Just I guess it's like a goose, right? I'm assuming it's like that. Actually, there's something funny about thinking about slaughterfish as being the aquatic equivalent of geese, now that I think about it. But, I mean, in more ways than one. It's like a goose, you know, it's quite a large bird, but actually you get a surprisingly small amount of meat off a goose compared to, like, say, a turkey. What am I doing? Looking for the fireplace downstairs. Oops, didn't mean to do that, never mind. Right. The way the bait works, pretty much, is that I think a shiny lure increases your overall chances of catching fish, of, you know, attracting a fish. A bait fish increases the chances of the fish that you get being larger ones. And I forget what the bug shell one does. I think it might do the opposite. It might increase the chance of you getting a smaller one. Where's the sculpin? There we go. And we'll cook you as well. Shiny is dead. Oh, yeah, that's right. Increases your odds during the daytime. Yeah. Glowbug is night. Ah, yes. Sorry, it's been a while since I looked it up. The mod has its own little wiki, which is handy, so. Your DDO guild had a real-life guild meeting. That's pretty cool. I used to be part of a... I hesitate to call it a guild, because it really... Effectively, it was a guild, but we never would have called it a guild. But like, I was in a sort of a guild, let's put it in air quotes, for IL2 Sturmovik Cliffs of Dover back in the day. And we had some real-life meetups once a year. We used to go to Duxford to the Flying Legends Air Show, and we had our own little bit, which we all met up at. Oh, damn it, I left it on too long, it burnt. No. Ah. Curses. Burnt rice and burnt slaughterfish for dinner. Might just leave the bloody grill there for all the times I keep coming back here. I've just remembered, I think I might actually be able to get some meals off of you. Well, you are the cook, aren't you? And the food here is free, apparently, for us. So I shall take these custard tarts and this Colovian cheese. And this bread. Oh my god, I don't want the basket. You can have that back. There we go. Beer mug. Which actually has water in it. That's amusing. I should drink that. Be the squadrons. I mean, we didn't call it that either because it was a confusing thing because our group had multiple squadrons in it. So to call it a squadron would have been, strictly speaking, not really correct. But yeah, it was that kind of thing. Because we did sort of both sides of it. We did the German side and the British side because it was Cliffs of Dover, so Battle of Britain, right? But it was quite split up in the sense that I think a lot of the guys who were on the German side of the group, they were actually native German speakers versus the guys on the British side of the group. Most of them were actually British people. So the British side of the group, we tended to have a lot of meetups at Duxford every year. Because it helps when you're all in kind of the same country. It's a bit more complex with like MMOs because people can be from all over the place. The supply chest. Is there anything I need from here? Suppose I'll take that. Divine Intervention wouldn't hurt. Neither would those. I've got plenty of Restore Magicka. I really need... Restore Health. Now then... Oh, this is the classroom, isn't it? I can't remember where the Guildmaster lady is.
Yes. What is it?
Do we have to go this way? It's not you, is it? I think she's somewhere else. Where is she? Where the bloody hell is she? Is it? It's not you, is it? No. Not you, you're the guild guide. Oh, she's in here, isn't she? I remember now. She's got the fancy hat.
Well, I'm listening, so go ahead.
You've delivered the scrolls, associate. Thank you. It's menial work, but it needs to be done. Would you like me to teach you how to turn the undead yourself? Sure, why not? It's a simple charm, but a lot of mages don't bother to learn it. On the Strident Coast, that can mean you're around. Speak to me again when you're prepared for further duties. I'm prepared right now. I'd like some advancement too, actually. Thank you very much. I need you to retrieve some books from Benerus Manor. Benerus Manor, you say? In Olin Benerus's old manor, there are 2 books, Nagasta, Kvata, Kvakis, and Legions of the Dead. I need you to go there and retrieve them for safekeeping. Benerus Manor is in the Garden Quarter. Be sure you come prepared for a fight. His old remnants still roam the halls. Jolly good. Benerus Manor, folks. If you've never played Oblivion, you won't understand why I'm so excited. Ghost? Yeah. That manor. Yes! Where spirits have lease. Best side quest ever. It was a good one, wasn't it? We'll see how this one measures up. Oblivion and its side quests. Oh, I love it. I forget which bit's the Garden Quarter, to be honest. It's down in the southeast. What time is it? It's 4 PM. Alright, see you, Heartless Sage. You're licking the pavement, Monsterella. That's not very good. We should probably play fetch with you for in a bit. You're looking a little... Like your happiness bar's not quite full up. Come on. Let's play fetch. To be fair, you are also hungry, which is part of it. But, oh, there we go. Who's a happy Guar? Right. Tempted to mount, but we've had the game crash as a result of that in the past, so I think we'll just have you follow. It would be really helpful if we had quest markers in this game, if I'm honest, right now. In order to find this place. Ceralius Manor. Benner's Manor. It's down around the corner here, apparently.
What makes this smell?
What makes this smell? It's my guar! And no, my boots are not ruined. Benner's Manor. There it is. Alright. I don't need to tell you to wait, but I'm going to anyway. Did she not give me a key to get into the place? Because if she didn't, we're in a spot of bother. I cannot pick open lock level 50, even with a master lockpick. Maybe there's another entrance somewhere. We do need to stock up on new spells, admittedly. Maybe it's time I tried to get an unlocking spell. Emdyl's layout sure does change in the next 6 years. Well, honestly, classic. The thing is, this mod doesn't consider Oblivion to be canon. In spite of the fact that it is chock full of references to that game, Project Cyrodiil, Oblivion isn't canon. So... Wait till you see what they've decided to do with the Imperial Isle, by the way. Like, the entire geography of the Imperial Isle is totally different in this mod, based on what they're currently planning, if I recall. I saw some, like, drawings of the map they're going to use for it and stuff. Too bad we can't just break a window. I know, right? Right. Follow me. We need to go... Let's go to the temple first and see if we can find somebody in there that will sell us a nice restore stamina spell. Restore fatigue. I've been playing too much Skyrim, apparently. Restore stamina? Restore fatigue? Restore a fatigue way? Ring the bell. Right. Welcome to the Temple of the Bella. I believe... let's try and talk to some of these guys, see if they sell spells, but if not, we can wander on in further. Yeah, okay. So we can find someone further in. Boobs. Cover your eyes, children. There's a mural in here that's a little bit raunchy. There it is. Enjoy. This is where the artists hang out. It's me. I'm one of you. I don't look like it. By God, I do not look like it, but...
Haven't I heard of you?
Yes, I'm Bernardo, the famous mercenary and artist. Sculptors as well. Killed that quad. Those boobs are ruined. The Hermitage, maybe? No, I don't think I'll find anybody in here. Garden? No, that's back outside. What's that book? Children of the Sky. Yeah. Cellars? No. Might be more the kind of place we're looking for. You looked like you might have been some kind of merchant, but no. Auditorium? More interesting murals and things.
I'm listening.
I'm still not finding anybody here who can sell me spells. I'm beginning to think it's a wasted effort. Guard quarters. No, I don't think that's what we're after. That's not it either. Pretty sweet looking temple. Yeah, it's not bad, eh?
Ah, hello. Did you want something?
We should probably do a drawing of this, honestly. To add to the collection. It'd be silly not to. I don't know why I didn't think of it last time we were here. Have I got any parchment left? We need to restock on paper and parchment as well, by the way, because we're almost out of the stuff. Now then, question is... pencil drawing? My painting skills really not the greatest. Everything's a little bit wibbly wobbly. No, I'm not feeling that. Let's try a different medium. Indoor watercolor, maybe? Doesn't look terrible. It's very blurry. It's not big on the details, but I like the colors. We can crank up the saturation as well to boot. Or even mess with the hue if we want to. It's not bad. Well. Yeah, you know what? I quite like that. It doesn't look... The lighting and the colours aren't the same as in real life, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. That's what they call artistic license, isn't it? Emil, thank you very much for 33 months of subbage. Welcome back. The guy gives it a sense of scale, yeah, for sure. A bunch of nice landscapes and then a skeleton just mixed in. Yeah, I know. I want to make a point of maybe doing some more drawings of like smaller objects. We do a lot of landscapes, obviously, because they do look very nice, but I think I'd like to start including more portrait sketches of people and also sketches of smaller things. Like our wonderful fish drawing, for instance. Go back to the start. We're going through several versions of the joy of painting now with this one sketchbook, aren't we? See the old school watercolors, which were not nearly as good. There you go, fish. Yeah, I've fallen behind on my portrait sketches a bit, haven't I? We should be doing more of those. I still like that drawing. I think that one turned out so good. Idron, yes, from the Fighters Guild. We managed to do a sketch of him at least. Salmon of Doubt, there it is. And then a lot of landscapes from art. That, in spite of using the old watercolor shader, that one still turned out really nicely. I do like that one as well. Troutalicrim. I understood that reference. Bazaar of the Abyssinian. Anybody here sell paper? I can't remember if I'm gonna have to manually set a merchant to sell me paper, probably.
It was a rock. Who cares what kind of rock?
Stridfish. Well, maybe the bookseller will sell me some paper upstairs. The bookseller for whom I still have a quest that I've gotten a bit stuck on. Wait, this isn't it. But I'll give you a try anyway.
Don't stand about.
Looks like
Get
you're a
moving.
tailor of some sort, aren't you? Yeah, I bought some of my fancy hats here, I remember now. That's a cool
Sir.
painting. Ah, it's the other entrance. Right, sir, do you sell paper? Oh, you don't, do you? You don't sell stationery, apparently. Rubbish bookshop. Yeah, I know. I'm working on the whole Barubi problem. I might just have to kill him and resolve the quest that way, because I've not been able to figure it out otherwise. You look like you have random odds and ends. Do you have paper? You don't. I can make you have paper, though. Joy of painting. Sataba. Quick save. Quick load. Barubi drawing. That's an excellent idea, Nosy. Kind of want to do a drawing of the little gremlin as well, actually. Right, here we go. Give me all that parchment and all the paper as well. Not all of it, but lots of it. Actually, yeah, lots of it now I think about it. I mean, all of it even, rather. I'll barter with you a tiny bit. Hello, Barubi. I want to have your picture drawn? Where's my parchment? There it is. What do you think? Ink sketch, pencil drawing, charcoal, watercolor. Usually I do ink sketches for NPC portraits. I wonder what a pencil drawing would look like. Not fantastic is the answer. Ink it is. Question is, can I background's a bit non-negotiable, isn't it? That might have to do. Not the best sketch we've ever done, but it'll have to do. Where's that little gremlin?
Yes?
There you are. Now if I can just get on the stairs here like this. What a weird looking thing. Oh, you absolute nightmare fuel creature. There we go. A little sketch of Ockley.
Let's hear it. Anytime.
The ape guy. No, I'm not gonna do one of the ape lady. We've already got a sketch of Idron from the Fighters Guild, so she's kind of cool though. Actually, I must admit. All right, fine. Didn't need to twist my arm much there, did you? Blue Tharcy, there you go. That looks just about perfect, I think. There we go, a few more portraits. Hello, mozzarella. Right, I think I'm looking at the clock and realising it's just gone 10 PM. We're going to leave it here, folks. When we come back next time, we're going to head on over to the Mages Guild and see if I can get myself a goddamn open door spell of some description, because we need to get into that lock level 50 front door at the manor. Because otherwise we're a bit stumped. There's really no getting anywhere else. Oh, you know what's interesting as well, actually, is we could actually, theoretically, I think, do a self-portrait. Make sure our best hat is on. But we could totally do a self-portrait. If I were to do it like this. The problem is, I can't get it to sort of focus in properly on the face. It would have to be sort of a full-length portrait like this, essentially. Which isn't so great for the details. Also, this time of night was not ideal because the lighting is rubbish. But I'm not going to do this one, but we could do a self-portrait like that. I think somebody in the YouTube comments asked about whether or not you can do a self-portrait. So, yeah. Be real close to a wall. I wonder if that would... The problem is it needs to be centered in the middle of the screen, the head. You could do one from sort of above like this. That would kind of work, I think. One from right down below. But basically, you need to have the face centered in the middle of the screen for the portrait for it to really work. And you kind of can't do that like this. And unfortunately, Morrowind, unlike the later Elder Scrolls and just Bethesda games in general, doesn't have a free cam command in the console. TFC... Oops, well, if you type it wrong, that definitely won't work. Yeah, TFC doesn't work in Morrowind. Oh, interesting, you can switch to lure. Never noticed that before. Would Bernardo embellish his own portrait, or is he warts and all kind of guy? Oh, he would have like the most extravagant, ridiculous portrait ever over the fireplace in his personal mansion, given the option, I think. You'd come into the entry hall of his manor, and there would be a big, imposing portrait of Bernardo with his hands on his hips, staring imperiously down at you. Perhaps while sat on the back of a horse. Or his guar, in this case. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming along. Hope you've enjoyed. Midweek Wednesday streams are going to be a regular fixture going forward, I hope. So the Gothic portrait? Yeah, pretty much, actually. Exactly that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. Yeah, so... Well, the portrait of the bad guy from both Ghostbusters 2. That also. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming along, everybody. Wednesday streams will be a thing going forward, so I think midweek Morrowind might become a regular fixture on the channel. I'll be back at the weekend, hopefully on Saturday and or Sunday, maybe. We can even squeeze in 3 streams this week. You never know. Depends what's going on. Sunday feels more likely than Saturday, as I think about it in my head. But anyway, I'll be back at the weekend. And I don't know what we'll be streaming exactly. We've got options, as I said. I would kind of want to get back into ESO. And also there's Mountain Blade. And all sorts of things. Yeah. I've got a lot of options for things I could stream right now, and I'm struggling to decide between them. Anyway, join me at the weekend for something. A video game of some description. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for tuning in. If you've been watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so. I shall read your comments later. And consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more. If you, for some reason, haven't done so already at this point, consider doing that and ringing the little bell icon as well. I'm saying this out loud really only because I heard as a rumor, I think at one point, that like at this point Google's like sort of language learning, AI models or whatever can detect in the video whether or not you've told people to like and subscribe, and if you actually do it and it detects you doing it, I think it promotes the video more with the algorithm or something. It's maybe horse shit, to be honest with you. It's maybe complete bullcrap, but perhaps it couldn't hurt. Regardless, thanks very much, everybody. Toodaloo.